Hey guys, today I have for you my 34-week pregnancy update, and I know it's been a while, and I think I say that every time I do a pregnancy update, but it's only because I cannot commit to doing the weekly pregnancy updates. I'm 35 weeks right now, but since I haven't gone through my 35th week completely, I'm going to go ahead and update you on my 34th week. I think last time I talked to you, I was 30 weeks, and I was talking about the gender. I told y'all the gender, and I told y'all like hints to the baby names, and we'll get to that in a minute. But let's talk about my 34th week, okay? So I had to write it down because it was so much going on in the 34th week. Like, I have just been really overdoing it, okay? Like, really overdoing myself. Let's get to it, okay? So right now, baby is supposed to be 4.75 pounds. That's almost 5 pounds. Typically they weigh about that much, and he's supposed to be 17.75 inches and the size of a cantaloupe. Okay, so that's how big the baby typically is. I got that from one of the apps and one of my pregnancy books. So that's the average, just to kind of give you you know, kind of like a rundown of how big the baby is supposed to be at this point. Right now I weigh 173.8. Okay, like, I have to scratch my head on that because that is pretty crazy. Like, my last pregnancy I got up to 170, but that was like at the very end. I'm at the end, but not at the very end. I have a month left. So yeah, 173. So that means I gained 47 pounds. That's a lot, you know. And typically you're supposed to weigh, I mean, they say like once you get to like 50 pounds that you gain, that's a little too much and excessive, and you kind of have to watch it. I'm almost at that point. My doctor never said anything about how much weight I've gained. Like, she never said to worry about anything. But me personally, the way I feel and how heavy, just everything on my body is just so exhausted by the end of the day. Like, I'm just, you know, whatever. But anyway, so that's how much I gained. I'm regular 127. So my due date is September 25th, and I am like at the end. Okay, like I said, I have 1 month left. I'm really getting anxious. I'm really getting excited. I'm starting to nest. I'm really starting to like want to clean everything up all the time, and I'm just getting to the point where like I'm kind of aggravated when things aren't cleaned up, because I want everything to be prepared for when he comes, and it's just like nothing could ever be clean enough for me. So let's talk about the way I'm feeling. Lately, my energy levels have been so low. I've been so tired. It feels like the first trimester all over again. Like I said, by the time the end of the days come, I'm like exhausted and I just want to go to sleep, like, period. Like, even in the mornings, like, I wake up around 5:30 in the morning, and by the time 8 o'clock, 8:30 hits, I'm like, I need to take a nap. So I'm just like always exhausted. I know I said this in the previous video. I think I'm always on the road, so I'm like, I'm driving, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm tired as hell. I need a nap. So it's been like really like the first trimester. Like, I can fall asleep pretty much anywhere. Walking for me is such a task. As you can imagine, gaining as much as I've gained in this pregnancy, like the pressure on my back and on my feet, it's immense. Like, sometimes I literally just have to sit down wherever I am. Like, if I'm standing in the checkout line, I'm like, I can't take this. I have to lean against something because this is ridiculous. Like, it's to that point, and I'm like, man, I'm like ready. Like, I'm just to the point where I'm so ready to see him. And I'm just ready for this. I don't want to say I'm ready for this pregnancy to be over with. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining and I'm ungrateful, but I'm just like physically drained. Okay, just physically, you know, like, it's always like just a tiring feeling, you know. But my back has been really giving me a lot of trouble. My lower back, because it seems like my spine is always curved because I'm carrying so much weight in the front. You know, like, I'm just like always been in back and stuff like that. So like my lower back is giving me a lot of trouble. My feet are always hurting and they're always swollen because I do walk around a lot. I'm taking care of 2 kids at home, so you can imagine. Let's see. He's been giving me a lot of pressure, like sharp jabs in my bladder and lower region, like just a lot of hard, sharp jabs. And I'm like sometimes, like just a while ago, I was sitting down on the couch and I popped up, and my boyfriend was like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" Like, I have literally been feeling him on my bladder, like just kicking the crap out of it. Like, it kind of scares me because I don't remember how contractions feel, because my last two pregnancies, I had a C-section, the last one, and then the one before that, I never got a chance to go into labor because they induced me. So I really don't remember like how labor feels, you know? So it kind of worries me sometimes because I'm like, okay, what the hell was that? You know, like painful enough to think that it might be like signs of preterm labor, and I'm praying to God it's not, because he's not ready. Like, I know his lungs aren't developed completely right now. I think like in 3 more weeks or 2 more weeks he'll be considered full term, but I'm not trying to have him come right now and I don't have anything. Yeah, I don't have anything ready because it's been like the longest week in Baton Rouge. Like, they had the terrible, devastating, historical flood that happened out here, and I had to cancel my baby shower. And you know, that's understandable. I wasn't thinking about myself or anything like that. I wasn't thinking like, oh, I need to have this baby shower, like screw everybody else. No, I knew what was going on, and because I'm around it, and it was just so crazy because everybody took such a loss and everybody was affected, and everybody's still being affected because it's only been a week. So, I mean, I'm not gonna have a baby shower. As far as his movements, if you follow me on Snapchat, you know how he moves. Like, I don't know, sometimes I can see his elbow or his foot or whatever it is, like literally poke an inch or 2 up and go just right across my stomach. Like, you can see it on Snapchat. I'm always recording my stomach, and I'm like, I know y'all are probably tired of this, but it's crazy. It's like something really is in there. And I know this is my 3rd baby. I know I should be used of it, but you can never be used of an elbow sticking out of your stomach or anything like that. It's just crazy how he moves. Like, he's really been active. And I think like right around this time, he should be a little less active because he's supposed to be kind of getting in position, settling in. And right now, I don't know if he's still, I don't know if he's head down yet, because the doctor's kind of like wondering about his position. That's what she said. She was like, I have to kind of wonder about this baby's position. And I kind of wonder too, because I feel like he's still side to side. Like, I feel like his head's still on my right side and his feet are still on my left side or something like that. Like, I kind of can't, he doesn't feel like he's head down, and I'm really hoping he is, because that's like the optimal or the ideal positioning for birth. Sleeping, y'all, sleeping has been so crazy. I know it seems like I'm complaining a lot. This is like the end of a pregnancy. Like, so you're gonna hear a lot about, nah, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, I'm hurt, you know, but like, that's how it is towards the end. Like, you're ready and you're going through the most, okay? I'm just being honest. It's always been like that for me. But I'm not complaining. I'm totally grateful. But just to say, sleeping has been absolutely crazy for me. Like, I sleep and I switch side to side throughout the night, like the entire time. And it takes me to get up completely to switch over to my other side. Like, my favorite side is my right side, but I feel his head's on that side, so I kind of like feel that I'm smushing him. So I like to turn on my left to like make myself feel better, to make sure that he's okay, and I know he's gonna be okay. I'm just like overthinking everything. But I have to put a pillow in between my knees each time and like just switch because like my hips give me the biggest issue, like the biggest problem, because like if my knees are touching, it's too much pressure on my hips, like, if that makes sense. So yeah, sleeping's crazy. Like, I toss and turn throughout the night, okay? Like, and I don't have one of those sleeping pillows or anything like that. I just have a regular pillow to put in between my knees, and usually I have the body pillow, but this time I don't, because I just never like, I did go buy one, and it was the boppy one, and I was like, oh my god, it comes in a million pieces. I don't want this thing, so I wouldn't bring it back, and I never looked at another one again. Oh, I did talk about the baby's positioning, and the doctor kind of wondering if he was head down, or you know, what his presentation was like. So if he is, like, I take my next ultrasound, well, my last ultrasound is going to be in 10 days, and I'll be going on 37 weeks. Okay, so that's my last ultrasound, and they'll find out how big he is then. They'll find out you know, his presentation, like if he's breech or not. And if he is breech, like, my thoughts are to, I don't want to go through that procedure that they do, like they manually turn the baby. Like, I don't want to do that. I'm too scared, and I heard it's kind of risky, and I heard it's painful. So I don't want to do that. I'm going to go on spinningbabies.com because somebody on my Snapchat, one of my Snapchat friends, referred me to Spinning Babies. I think her name is Monique Roberts. So hey Monique, if you're listening, I'm going to go on spinningbabies.com. I've heard about them, and it's just like different physical activities that you can do to turn your baby the optimal position for birth. And like, you don't do anything, like, it's kind of like exercises, or you know, like different positions that you can get in for a certain amount of time to make the baby go head down. So I'm really hoping that he is 100% okay. I'm hoping that he is head down and I don't have to go through all that. I'm gonna start walking more, and I know that I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video, but I'm gonna try to VBAC. I'm nervous about it because I've read, of course, Google will have you dying, but I've read crazy things about VBACs, and I've heard really good things about VBACs too. So, I mean, there's two sides to every story. My doctor said that I am a good candidate for a VBAC because I have had a vaginal delivery before. That was my first one, and my second one was a C-section. So she said that I am a good candidate because of that and because of my age. And yeah, I'm really hoping that, you know, it does work out because I don't want to be down for that long. Like, my C-section was a really, really tough and rough recovery. It was painful. To be honest, it was really painful, and I have a high tolerance for pain, and let me tell you, that recovery was crazy. Yeah, I'm really hoping that a VBAC happens. I am also preparing myself for a C-section too, because, you know, like, it can turn into a C-section, you know, but I have high hopes for a vaginal delivery because I really, like I said, I don't want to be down, and I want to try to breastfeed this time. Breastfeeding was completely out of the question last baby I had because it was so painful. The first baby that I had, it was like, whew, I can't deal with it. So I'm trying to be back. I've been drinking a lot of red raspberry leaf tea, not red raspberry, raspberry leaf tea. I've been eating dates. I haven't been massaging my scar, and I should have, but I'm not. So if any one of y'all has ever had a VBAC or knew somebody with a positive VBAC story, I've heard all the horrors. I don't want to hear about it. But if you've had a positive VBAC experience, let me know down below in the comments. I just want to hear a little bit about your story. It's nice to know some positive things about VBACs because, you know, a lot of doctors don't practice having, you know, VBACs after you know, have had a C-section. So I'm really hoping that it all goes well. And the craziest thing is my doctor is pregnant too, and she's due like a week before me. So I'm like hoping whoever's on duty that night that I go into labor, hopefully, that they're really experienced and they have a positive outlook on VBACs. So I think I talked about everything that I wanted to talk about as far as my physical, you know, the way I'm feeling and everything like that. I think I really touched up on everything. I'm going to show you my belly. It is huge. But I do want to give y'all the name, okay? So I'm gonna reveal the name just because I don't want to keep making y'all wait every 4 weeks. A lot of people, a lot of y'all guessed that his name was gonna be Grayson. I saw a lot of Graysons. I saw Gavin. I saw, what else? I've seen some crazy names. Y'all are funny. Like, that was fun because y'all, a lot of people guessed some names that I personally wrote down in my journal, which I'm going to share with you in a little while, because I wrote down the options if it was going to be a girl or a boy, what I was going to name the baby. So let me share that with y'all. So if it was going to be a girl, her name was going to be, these are the names that I chose. I chose Autumn, Opal, Aspen, Lavender, which was definitely going to be her name. It was going to be Lavender Louise. I love that. Do not take it. It's going to be, that is like an awesome name to me. Chai, as in chai tea, yes. Calla, as in Calla Lily. Faith, Ella, or Zoel. I really did like those names. And boys, I chose Asher, Justice, Ambrose, Gray or Grayson, Woods, Miguel, Zen, Finn or Finley, and lastly, Gunner, which is going to be his name. And Gray is going to be his middle name. A lot of y'all chose Grayson, and I thought that was so crazy because the reason why I settled for Gray as his middle name is because, first of all, I love the color gray. Second of all, my second son's middle name is Blue, B-L-E-U though, and I like the color middle names for some odd reason. I just like that. And the reason why I settled for Gray is because I liked Grayson as a first name, but Grayson doesn't roll well with Gunner. Gunner Grayson. No, that doesn't sound good. Gunner Gray sounds better. So I was like, Gray. And a few of y'all guessed Gunner. So I was like, oh my God, they found me out. No, but I was like surprised to see that people really, like a few, like maybe like 5 or 6 of y'all. Y'all said Gunner, and I was like, oh my God, they know. But the reason why I chose that name, to me, it's a strong name, and it's not a biblical name, no, but it's a strong name. When I think of Gunner, I think of strength, I think of warrior, and that's what the name means. It means warrior. It actually means bold warrior, and Gray, it doesn't really mean anything but gray-haired. That's what it means, gray-haired. But when I think of gray-haired, I think of wisdom. So I just like the way it flows, the way it sounds, and I like the meaning behind it. I think that it was important for me to choose a name that I liked, but also had a good meaning. So I really do like the name. I like the meaning. I like the middle name. I like how it rolls. And it just goes with him. So y'all know the gender, y'all know the name, Gunner Gray, and y'all pretty much know everything that's going on right now. So I'm really happy that I got to share that with y'all. Let me know what y'all think down below about the name. I'm really excited at this point, and I'm really so thankful for my supporters that have been supportive throughout this entire time. I know I haven't really been sharing too much with y'all because, like I said, I couldn't commit to it, but thanks so much to everybody who's been really positive during this this last pregnancy, and just really thank y'all. I really do appreciate it. You know, I've had a few people offer me, you know, a few things, like one of my, you know, my Snapchat fam, that's what I call y'all. Somebody offered to sew him a blanket, knit him a blanket, and I thought that was really, really nice and sweet. You know, and if anybody does want to contribute or give Gunner a gift or anything like that, y'all are not pressured to do so, but I will leave the information for the baby registry down below or send whatever y'all want. It doesn't matter. There have been people who have asked me, you know, what's your information so that I can send the baby something. And like I said, there's no pressure. It's not a big deal. We're gonna get him everything he needs no matter what. Help would be awesome, but hey, like I said, no big deal. I hope you guys are having an amazing rest of the summer. I know that summer for me is over with because school has started for my son. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.